Assalamualaikum and good morning everyone. So our lesson today is about IPV4 network address. Alright. So in order to complete your problem-based task assessment that I given last week, so you need to understand this topic first. Okay. This topic is about IPV4. I will continue about IPv6 in next meetings, not today, because we need to compress what you need to know about IPv4. Okay, so for today objective, you will understand how to convert between binary and decimal numbering system, describe the structure of IPv4 address, including the network portion, host portion, and the subnet mask. So IPv4 is not the number only. It have the portion, network portion, host portion, and also the subnet mask. Okay. Then you will compare the characteristic and use of the unicast, broadcast, and the multicast IPv4 address. And the last thing is to understand public, private, and reserved IPv4 address. So IPv4 have the public and private address, the most important thing lah, right? So we go to the introduction first. What is the IP address? Okay, the IP address is the numerical label assigned to each device connected to the computer network. So any devices that connect to the network or the internet or even in the public or the private network have the IP address, must have the IP address to make sure that each of you can communicate or can have the communication each other. Okay. So what is IPv4 address? It's the first version of the internet protocol. It is one of the core protocol of the standard-based internet networking method in the internet. So, IPv4 is currently is widely used today. Okay, but you also have the IPv6. But most of the internet network still use the IPv4 for the communication. Okay, so it's IPv4 was deployed during 1983 by ARPANET. Okay, that's the history. So we go to the classes. IPv4 have class. Okay, there are 5 class: A, B, C, D, E. A, the number will start with the 1 to 1 to 7. B will start from 1 to 8 to 191. C 192 to 2 to 3. D 224 to 239, and E 240 to 255. So this IP address have their own class. It will start by this first byte decimal range. Oh, so that is IPv4. So by the starting, you can know what is the class for the IP address. Alright. Understand? Okay. So we go to the binary and decimal. Okay. IPv4 consists a string of 32 bits and divided into 4 sections. We call octet. So each octet contains 8 bits. Okay, when we total out the all octet, you can get the 32 bits, right? So for example, each octet have its own bits. For example, 8 bit lah. So the bit will be represent the binary number. Okay, this one is the decimal and this is the binary. Okay, 1010. So the binary number is the what your machine understand. They don't understand this number, but this number. Okay. Okay. So each octet will be divided by the dotted decimal address. You can see in this figure. Okay. Each octet contains its own binary number, and when we total up, you can get the 32 bits lah. Okay. So how we want to get from the decimal to the binary and binary to the decimal? We have to calculate to get the real exact result, right? Okay. So first you need to arrange first the position. Okay. So this is the binary position notation lah. Alright. Sorry. Okay. Like I said, each octet contain 8 bits. So the bits it represent by this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Right? So to get the positional value from the right, we start from the right. You have 2 to the power of 0. Start with 2 lah, to the power of 0. So you can get 1. And to the power of 1, you get 2. And so on until you get the last of bits. Okay, to the power of 7, 1 to 8. So this number you can will help you to get the decimal number of your IP address. Okay. So how? This is the chart to help your conversion. Okay, you can use it. We go to the binary to the decimal conversion. To convert a binary IP address to its dotted decimal equivalent, you must divide the IP address into 4 8-bit octets, apply the binary positional value to the first octet binary number and calculate it. Okay, so each octet you must repeat lah. Alright. Okay, we go to the positional value first. So this what you get from last calculation. Okay, then you must put the 1 or the binary number. Okay, 1 means you use that positional value. 0, don't. 1, you will use. Okay, so for example, on this decimal conversion, we use IP class C. Okay, starting with 192. Okay, so from this calculation, what you will get is the 192 in the first octet number. So if let's say you was given this binary number, then you will get all the IP address octets. Okay, by using this step to calculate. Okay, understand? Alright. So we do some activity. You can use your notes or some whatever to calculate it. Okay, this is the IPV4 address for class. If we starting with 192 is class C, so for 172 is class B. Yes. Okay. What is the binary number for 172? Okay, 172 you will get binary number of 1 0 1 0. Okay, 1 0. Okay, correct. So you will get 1 0 1 0 1 0 0. So the result is 172. Okay. So okay, next we go to the IP address structure. Okay, so the total portion is 32 bits, but we can divide it to the network and the host portion. Okay, so basically when you identify the network portion, you will get the host portion. When you identify the host portion, you will get the network portion. Right? Okay, then after you get the IP address, when you want to configure, you must put the subnet mask. subnet mask will represent the network portion in the IP address. Okay. Okay, this is how you get the subnet mask. Subnet mask, like I said, it represents the network portion. So when you get the network portion, you should get the subnet mask. Okay. So the one is the subnet mask. The number one in the subnet mask identify the network portion, while the 0 identify the host portion. So the one is for network portion and the 0 for the host portion. Okay, understand? Alright. So you also have the prefix length. The prefix length will represent the subnet mask. Basically, you use the prefix on the network topology. Okay, in the network topology, we don't usually we don't put the subnet mask because you will take too long while to write it. So just to put the prefix length. So prefix length will represent the subnet mask by the bits that used for subnet mask. Okay. So basically we will write it by slash notation for the prefix length. Okay. Then after you get the IP address and subnet mask, you can get the network address by use this term and in. This is the logical and is the comparison of two bits. You compare between the IP address and also the subnet mask, so you can get the network address. Right? Understand? Okay. Next. Okay. So in IPv4 you have the unicast, broadcast, and multicast. So this IP address you can write it on the static by manually, or you can use by dynamic automatically lah. Okay. So how this type of IP address communicate? Unicast will send packet from one host to individual host. Okay. Broadcast send packet from one host to all hosts in the network. So it will send to all hosts in the network. Okay. So for multicast, send a packet from one host to a selected group of hosts in the same or a different network. Okay. So we do some activity to make sure you understand. Okay. You see the first figure. This is source and this is the destination. So you see the packet, it go to all destinations. So what is broadcast? Okay, this is the broadcast. Alright. And how about this? Unicast or multicast? Okay, Akisha want to try? Unicast. Okay, only from one source to one destination. So this is of course a multicast for selected group only. Okay, so we go to the type of IPv4 address. You have public, private IP address. Okay, private IP address usually used in the internal network. So in your campus you use the private address. So the public address usually is for the outside network, your internet. Okay, so you also have the special user of IPv4 address is reserved address. Reserved address you cannot use. It already assigned for the loopback address, link local address, and testnet address. Okay. Okay. So we summarize our topic today. IP address consists of 32 bits and divided by 4 octets or sections. Okay, so each octet is separated by dot. IPv4 is written by converting each octet into decimal and called octet decimal lah. Okay, you must have the conversion skill from binary to decimal and decimal to binary. Okay. So IPv4 has two portions, network portion and host portion. And subnet mask is required to define the network and host portion of IPv4. So after you got the network portion and host portion, you must also identify what is subnet mask must use. Okay. Okay. Then assignment of IPv4 address can be done by static or DHCP. Right, DHCP is the automatically. Then lastly is type of IP address of IPv4 consists private, public, and reserved. Okay. Okay, that's all for today. So in next meeting we will do some exercise about the subnetting and how we want to calculate the IP address. Okay, and also the IPv6. Okay, so thank you everyone.